Dear students, today we will discuss about number of numericals related to the Faraday's law. So your question number 1 is how much charge in coulomb required for the oxidation of the first part of the question is 2 mole of water to oxygen, and the second one is 1 mole of ferrous oxide to ferric oxide. So let's see the first part. We know that on electrolysis of water we would be getting the hydrogen and oxygen. As we are talking about in the question of water to oxygen, that is the oxidation part of electrolysis. It means we are to discuss the reaction that takes place at anode only. So at anode, if we'll take 1 mole of water, it would be oxidized to half mole of oxygen by de-electronation of 2 electrons. Here we are able to see, but we have been asked for 2 moles. It means for 2 mole, now the oxygen released would be 1 mole, and here we needed 4 electrons for the process that we have already discussed in the electrolysis process. So as 4 mole of electron is required to oxidize 2 mole of water to O2, by the reaction we can conclude this, that 4 mole of electron is required to oxidize 2 mole of water to O2. So we know that 1 mole of electron is equal to 1 Faraday. That also we have discussed in the previous videos, and that is equal to 96,500 coulomb. That we have already proved, that 1 mole of the charge of 1 mole of electron is 96,500 coulomb. So here as we need 4 mole of electron, so 4 mole of electrons charge would be 4F, and it would be equal to 3,86,000 coulomb. By calculating the value, we would be getting this answer. In the similar manner, the second part of the question is the oxidation of 1 mole of ferrous oxide to ferric oxide. So for the oxidation of 1 mole of ferrous oxide to ferric oxide, we will see the reaction at anode again, and for this the de-electronation by 1 electron would be taken place. Here we are needed 1 mole of electron to oxidize ferrous to ferric. It means 1 mole of electrons charge is 1 Faraday, that is 96,500 coulomb. Now let's see the next question. Calculate the time to deposit 1.5 gram of silver at cathode when a current of 1.5 ampere is passed through the solution of silver nitrate. That is the question being asked in 2015 also. So let's see what is being asked. We are to be asked the time that is required to deposit 1.5 gram of silver. We have been given the current passed through the electrolyte, and the electrolyte is silver nitrate. So to calculate the time, we are to first write the reaction at cathode, that is silver ion on reduction gives silver, and here as we are able to see that 1 mole of electron deposit 1 mole of silver, or you may say the charge on 1 mole electron is 96,500 coulomb, or you may say 1 Faraday. It is depositing 108 gram of silver. So we know that from the first law of Faraday, W is equal to ZIT, and I have proved you that Z is equal to atomic mass upon 96,500 into n factor, and to the atomic mass upon n factor we can also write the equivalent mass. So we are writing directly W is equal to equivalent mass upon 96500 into I into T. Here we have been given the value of W as 1.5 gram. So we have written it here. The equivalent mass is atomic mass upon n factor, and in this case n factor is 1. Valency of silver is 1. That's why 108 upon 1 would be 108 upon 96500 into 1.5, that is given to you 1.5 ampere into T. So by placing all the values, we can calculate the value of time that would be 893.51 second, or you may say if you convert it into minute, it would be 14.85 minutes. So like this you can calculate the time for the process. Means you can directly put the formula and can place the values and can calculate the value of time here. Now let's see the next question. A solution of metal nitrate was electrolyzed by having a current of 2.5 ampere and 3.06 gram of the metal was deposited in 35 minutes. So what you have been given? A metal nitrate is being electrolyzed. For that you have to pass the current of 2.5 ampere. This much gram, 3.06 gram of the metal was deposited when we are passing the current till 35 minutes. So you have to determine the molar mass of the metal. Again we will apply the same formula. W is equal to ZIT. As yesterday I have told you, Z means equivalent mass upon 96500, or you may say that is molar mass upon 96500 into N. N is N factor here, the valency of the particular metal here. So W is given to us as 3.06 gram. Molar mass we are to calculate. The value of N from this metal nitrate, we are able to see the valency of metal is 2. So we will place it 2 here, and the current is given as 2.5 ampere. Time is given as 35 minutes, but here we are to put the time in seconds. So we will convert the 35 minutes into second. So by placing all the values, we can calculate the molar mass of the metal. So the molar mass would be equal to 3.06 96500 into 2 upon 2.5 into 35 into 60. That we have converted into the second. And we would be getting the answer as 112.5 AMU. Now let's see. The questions are very simple. You can directly calculate by putting the formula only. So the next question is a 100 watt 220 volt incandescent lamp is connected in series with an electrolytic cell containing copper sulfate solution. What weight of copper will be deposited by a current flowing for 5 hours? Now you have been given the power and the voltage in place of current here. And what you have to calculate? Again you have to calculate the weight. It is weight of copper deposited here. Again we are having the same formula. W is equal to ZIT. We know Z is equal to atomic mass upon 96500 into N, I into T. Atomic mass is given as 63.54. So we'll put it here. For copper we know the valency is 2, and the value of I we can calculate by P is equal to V into I. The power is equal to voltage into current. So current would be equal to power upon voltage. So it would be 5 by 11. So now we can put all the values. Here we have already put the values of atomic mass and N. The value of I we have calculated as 5 by 11, and the time is given as 5 hours would be converted into second. So 5 into 60 into 60 seconds. So we would be able to calculate the mass deposited of copper for the process. Now let's see the next question. How many moles of Hg will be produced by electrolyzing 1 molar mercury nitrate solution with mercuric nitrate solution with a current of 2 ampere for 3 hours? And you have been given here you have been given the current, the time, both, and you are to calculate the moles. So here we are having two ways to solve this problem. Either so we can put the formula directly and can calculate, and the other way is first we are to calculate the charge. Charge is equal to current into time. So the current is given as 2 ampere. Time we would be converted into seconds, and by which we would be able to calculate the charge in Coulomb. And as we have given the mercuric nitrate solution, so we will see the electrolysis of mercuric nitrate solution as we are to calculate the moles of Hg. So on electrolysis of mercuric nitrate, we would be able to get mercury ion and nitrate ion. So as we are to calculate the mole of mercury, so we will see the reaction at cathode. At cathode, we see the electronation means reduction to give Hg. Here we are able to see 2 mole of electron is required to form 1 mole. It means 2 Faraday is required to form 1 mole. It means 2 into 96,500 Coulomb is required to form 1 mole. As in the question we have been asked for how many moles. So first we'll calculate for 1 mole and thereafter the number of moles for the full process if we are providing the 21,600 Coulomb, because we have calculated the charge that we have provided to the electrolytic cell. So 2 into 96,500 Coulomb will produce 1 mole of Hg. So this is passed to deposit 1 mole of Hg. So this much charge is passed to deposit 21,600 upon 2 into 96,500 Coulomb. So you'd be getting the number of moles like this. Means by comparing the charges, you can calculate the number of moles deposited. Or you can derive a new formula from the formula that I have already told you, that W is equal to ZIT and Z is equal to atomic mass or the molar mass upon 96500 into N into IT. Now if suppose we shift this atomic mass or a molar mass here, means that is mass upon to the molar mass I have shifted here is equal to 1 into I into T upon 96500 into N. Only I have shifted this part here, that I can. So mass upon molar mass is equal to mole and we are to calculate the mole. So mole would be equal to I into T upon 96500 into N. The value of I is given as 2 ampere. The time is given as 3 hours. So would be converted into second upon 96500 into the N factor. As per the question, that is mercuric nitrate, it is 2. The valency of mercury is 2 here. So the number of moles would be 0.112 mole. So by any of the method you can calculate the number of moles for the questions to be asked. Now the next question is, silver is electro-deposited on a metallic vessel of surface area 900 centimeter square by passing a current of 0.5 ampere for 2 hours. Calculate the thickness of silver deposited given that its density is 10.5 gram per centimeter cube and atomic mass is already given in the question. So finally you are to calculate the thickness of silver deposited. Just to calculate the thickness of silver deposited, first we are to calculate the mass of silver deposited for this electrolytic cell. So you have been given the current, the time. With the help of this, you can calculate the mass of silver deposited by putting the values in the formula. W is equal to ZIT. So W is equal to ZIT. We can put here that Z is equal to equivalent mass upon 96500. Equivalent mass is equal to the atomic mass of the silver because the N factor is 1. So we can directly put W is equal to 108 upon 96500. The value of I is given, the value of T is given. So we would be able to calculate the mass deposited as 4.03 gram. Now we are to calculate the thickness. We have been given the density in the question. So first we will calculate the volume of silver deposited. That we know that volume is equal to mass upon density. Mass we have already calculated. Density is given to us. We would be able to calculate the volume. And with the help of volume, we can calculate the thickness if we have been given the surface area. And surface area is also given in the question. So thickness is equal to volume upon surface area. Volume is being calculated. Surface area is given in the question. So by this calculation, we can calculate the value of thickness of silver deposited. Now let's see the last question. An electric current of 100 ampere is passed through a molten liquid of sodium chloride for 5 hours. Calculate the volume of chlorine gas liberated at the electrodes at NTP. As yesterday also I have told you that you have been asked for the mass deposited, but in case of gases you can also be asked for the volume deposited. As we know, the formula is W is equal to ZIT. In the similar manner, in place of mass, if we are to calculate the volume, the formula is V is equal to, now in place of Z, we can put E. E was equivalent mass, here VE, that is the equivalent volume, into I into T upon 96500. So what is equivalent volume? Equivalent volume is the volume of gas evolved at an electrode at STP by 1 Faraday charge. That is for 1 Faraday charge. And if we will write the reaction for chlorine gas, to form the chlorine gas at anode, we would be getting 2 Faraday of charge is required to produce 1 mole of chlorine gas. So now, as we are to calculate the volume of chlorine gas liberated at the electrode at NTP, so it can be calculated by putting the values here. The equivalent volume for the case would be 11.2 liter. Why it is so? Because that 1 mole of fluorine means 71 gram of chlorine that would be deposited at 22.4 liter at STP. But we are to calculate for equivalent mass of Cl. Equivalent mass would be the molar mass upon the N factor. N factor in the case would be 2. That 1 Cl is having 1 negative charge, 2 Cl would be having 2 negative charge. That's why it would be 35.5 gram. For 35.5 gram chlorine, the volume would be 11.2 liter at STP. That would be the equivalent volume. Like this, we have to calculate the equivalent volume for any of the gas. So we have written 11.2 here. The value of current is given as 100 ampere. The value of time is given as 5 hours. So 5 into 60 into 60 converted into second upon 96500. And like this, we would be able to calculate the volume of chlorine liberated at NTP. So like this, you can calculate the volume of any of the gas liberated at NTP by calculating the equivalent volume. So dear students, now practice all the NCERT questions, because I have not taken any of the NCERT question. You solve all the NCERT questions and other reference book questions and can ask your queries. Thank you.